If you'd all please rise for the presentation of colors.
By the dawn's early light, what surprised me here at the twilight's last gleam, whose blood strikes and bright stars through the perilous fight. All around once we walked were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets wrangling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner give way for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, you guys can be seated for now. We're changing the order we do things because we were reading about the Pledge of Allegiance before we do the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you, Ben. Ben is our musical expertise here tonight. He did a great job. I asked him a week ago if he could learn some patriotic songs, and in a week he learned 3. So the first one being my favorite song, Star Spangled Banner. He killed it. So
Thanks, man.
the next 2 hopefully are just as well. So moving right along, we're going to have a description of the pledge. Chrissy, one of our leaders, is going to read it. This is actually a description read by and performed by an old comedian, Red Skeleton. First time I heard it, I was like, wow, that guy hit it right on the nose, so I like to pass it along as much as I can. So, Chrissy.
They had just finished reciting the Pledge of Allegiance, and he, Mr. Laswell, the principal of Vincent High School, called them all together, and he says, boys and girls, I've been listening to you recite the Pledge of Allegiance all semester, and it seems that it has become monotonous to you. Or could it be you do not understand the meaning of each word? If I may, I would like to recite the pledge and give you a definition for each word. I, me, an individual, a committee of one, pledge, dedicate all of my worldly good to give without self-pity, allegiance, my love and my devotion, to the flag, our standard, Old Glory, a symbol of freedom, and wherever she waves, there is respect, because your loyalty has given her a dignity that shouts, freedom is everyone's job. Of the united, that means we have all come together. States, individual communities that have united into 48 great states, 48 individual communities with pride and dignity and purpose, all divided by imaginary boundaries, yet united to a common cause, and that's love of country, of America. And to the republic, a sovereign state in which power is invested into the representatives chosen by the people to govern, and the government is the people, and it's from the people to the leaders, not from the leaders to the people, for which it stands, one nation, meaning so blessed by God, indivisible, incapable of being divided, with liberty, which is freedom, the right of power for one to live his own life without fears, threats, or any sort of retaliation, and justice, the principle and qualities of dealing fairly with others, for all. That means boys and girls, it's as much your country as it is mine. Now I think we're all going to stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance. And the lions, tigers, and wolves, could you lead us, please? You can come up if you want. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, small boy, 2 states have been added to our country, and 2 words have been added to the Pledge of Allegiance. Under God. Wouldn't it be a pity if someone said, that is a prayer, and that be eliminated from our schools too?
All right, thank you, Chrissy. I do encourage you when you go home at some point, everybody gets on YouTube and looks up all kinds of stuff. If you get a chance, look up Red Skeleton performing that. It's amazing. And it gets right on the nose. So next we're going to have Donny Baney. He's going to read us some information about the history of Veterans Day.
How many of you went to school today? Well, you're going back. Got some Veterans Day facts for you. Veterans Day originated as Armistice Day on November 11, 1919, the first anniversary of the end of World War I. Congress passed a resolution in 1926 for an annual observance, and November 11th became a national holiday beginning in 1938. Unlike Memorial Day, Veterans Day pays tribute to all American veterans, living or dead, but especially give thanks to the living veterans who served their country honorably during war or peacetime. Veterans Day occurs on November 11th every year in the United States in honor of the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918 that signaled the end of World War I, known as Armistice Day. In 1954, President Dwight D. Eisenhower officially changed the name of the holiday from Armistice Day to Veterans Day. In 1968, the Uniform Holidays Bill was passed by Congress, which moved the celebration of Veterans Day to the 4th Monday in October. The law went into effect in 1971, but in 1975, President Gerald Ford returned Veterans Day to November 11th due to the important historical significance of the date. Veterans Day commemorates veterans of all wars. Great Britain, France, Australia, and Canada also commemorate the veterans of World War I and World War II on or near November 11th. Canada has Remembrance Day, while Britain has Remembrance Sunday, which is the second Sunday of November. In Europe, Great Britain, and the Commonwealth countries, it is common to observe 2 minutes of silence at 11 a.m. every November 11th. Every Veterans Day and Memorial Day, Arlington National Cemetery holds an annual memorial service. The cemetery is home to the graves of over 400,000 people, mostly of whom served in the military. The military men and women who serve and protect the United States come from all walks of life. Their parents, children, grandparents, friends, neighbors, and co-workers. They're an important part of their communities. Here are some facts about veteran population in the United States. 18.2 million living veterans served during at least one war as of 2018. That's a lot of people. 9% of veterans are women. 7 million veterans served during the Vietnam War. 3 million veterans have served in support of the war on terrorism. Of the 16 million Americans who served during World War II, about 325,000 were still alive as of 2020. 2 million veterans served during the Korean War. As of 2019, the top 3 states with the highest percentage of veterans were Virginia, Wyoming, and Alaska. Interesting that they all went places where nobody else is aware of.
Oh, yeah.
All right, thank you, Donny. Little known fact, mine and Donny's first combat patch actually fell under the first COSCOM, which has the airborne on top of it, a slow circle with an arrow that points to 11 o'clock to symbolize the 11th day, the 11th hour, the 11th month that Donny just told you about. So I don't know if Donny knew that, but he does know. He did know that because they probably drilled it in your head.